Yeah, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Fantasy Grounds Unity from the ground up. And really quick to begin with, I've had people say, oh no, you're showing your IP addresses. However, these are not the IP addresses that Fantasy Ground is listening to. I have a lot of natting and stuff going on my network. If you don't know what that means, natting is network address translation. So there's lots of shifting of IP, or not shifting, but changing of the IP address. It's translating from one to another. And I can show you, for example, for what we're doing today, I have open two VMs, one called Windows 10-1, one called Windows 10-2. And you'll notice if I tried typing in this IP address right here, where was it? I wouldn't be able to connect to my table. In fact, my IP address on the system that I'm on right now is actually 192.168.1.0.1. So it's 10.1. And I'm not, it's a checking actually for that, I bet. Ugh, that's not good. Well, we might not need that because I do have it on this one too. Although, I wonder if it's because I have it's logged in as Tasman. Let me try something real quick. Yes. I wonder if we tell it not to log in, if it'll work okay. So anyway, while we wait for that, maybe. It's thinking. So we have in VM number 1 here, we have an instance of Fantasy Grounds. And the reason I needed this is because I needed different modules for this test that someone was asking about. So here you can see I have all the standard ones, everything it just comes with, but then I also have this set of Rob Tui modules that give you effects coding for armor, potions, rings, rods, staffs, wands, and weapons. So what we want to do is we want to test if the client can pass that information to the server, and then also, if possible, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that part, but if we take this part out, maybe, go away, go away, and save. Let's see if that'll work. Launch. So anyway, what we want to test is, in fact, let me just read the question because it'll be easier to say it. So this was from a viewer of mine named Mono Channel Tunelyisk, something like that. I apologize for Tunnel Yisk. Yeah, I apologize for slaughtering your name, dude. However, let's go ahead and try this again and see if it recognizes it. So 192.168.10.1 and start. No, it's still saying it's in use because it's probably got that cache. So I guess we won't be able to do this final part of this test, but I kind of get the feeling it really wouldn't matter because it's not going to work the way we're thinking. But their their comment says, "Hey man, loving the video so far. I've been considering FGU quite a lot lately. Now my concern is, does it let the players load up their content to the game too, or only lets the GM do that? Can you check that if you don't know for sure?" So I did reply back that I do not think that it will actually do that. And part of the reason is because when you're the GM, you're hosting everything on your system. Now what he's talking about is if, for example, I have those other effects for rings and potions and all that stuff. So if I connect to the GM, is the GM able to use that stuff on his system and in turn pass that out to other clients? And this is where I don't think it actually will, and that's what I told him. So here we can see our test is right here. So if we go into library, this is our main system on this computer that I'm on. If we go into modules, we can clearly see that we have all these FunRob 2E ones. However, there is none that's the coding effects for rings, potions, wands, and that kind of stuff, right? So right there, that's telling me that no, you cannot. However, if by chance I can click on this, which makes it players allowed, maybe that works where if I'm on a client and I click players allowed, it will actually allow the server to do it. So it doesn't usually refresh screens. So we're going to go ahead and close this, and then when we come back in, we'll just click on modules, it'll reload. So let's go back to our VM. I'm going to shut this guy down because it'll free up some memory and speed some stuff up. So let's go ahead and shut down this VM to shut down, and we'll go over to Win1. So as you can see, we do have these in our client here. Now if we go over to library and to assets, or to modules, not assets, so you can see the server is sharing some with us right away. You can see it showing or sharing the wild magic, the conditions and effects, the class features, the feats, the race traits, the spells, and even the pre-gen characters, which are all shown in our actual guy right here. Go back to modules. So like if we didn't want to share pre-gen characters anymore, we just switch that there. And I don't know how quick it'll actually do it, but let's go check if pre-gen characters is in the VM. Actually, it's pretty quick. It's gone. However, I do not see any of my modules. So that right there tells me no, I cannot use my modules while connected to a host. Now you can always tell which ones are being hosted because you'll see this little web, and that means they're coming through the World Wide Web, right? And everything in here pretty much is with the web. So that kind of answers that question. I just thought of one more thing. What if this is the standard version? And I might have to check that. So let's do this. We're gonna make it so this is standard version, because free version you already can't share things. I mean, you can't host a campaign or anything like that. So it makes sense that it wouldn't even know about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit here. And then I'm gonna pause this video. I'm gonna go put in the standard key for Fantasy Grounds. This guy all shut down? Yep, good. And then we will try and load it again. While it's loading, what I want to do is show you another thing, which actually has to do with dice commands. I don't know why I skipped it, but I skipped a little part of it. So I'm going to pause the video right here. And you go into settings. Say yes. Anytime now. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my standard license key here, save it, and then we will load up the Fantasy Grounds again. So I will see you guys in just a minute, and hopefully this video doesn't get choppy and stuff, because I was using a lot of RAM, CPU, and everything with what we were just showing. So I will see you guys again in a minute. Okay, we are back. So, oh, I already have it up there. Good. So, let's go ahead and connect. Click start. You can see now we have standard version here, so we're all good there. Let's go ahead and start it up. And we should see that we connect. Tasman connect, Tasman disconnect. Perfect. Acquiring, blah, blah, blah. So that's the other thing I wanted to check is also free version shouldn't have any of this stuff for allowing people to connect anyway. So we're going to go ahead and launch because I do believe it will show me the modules that I have installed on my system if I at least have standard. So while we do that, I wanted to go over and talk about one other thing. So when I was talking about dice rolls and stuff like that, I kind of missed a part or kind of spaced a part that I really wanted to do because it's really cool. So we were looking at, this is how we do our die roll of 46 reroll ones, and then of course we drop the lowest. And this works great. But let's say, for example, what if we wanted to actually rerolls 1, 2, and 3? So you can actually do that. So what we would do is we would type slash die, right? We would do 4d6. We want to re-roll, and here is where we would change a little bit. So what we would say is we can actually use conditional operators like less than, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. So we could actually say re-roll if it's less than or equal to 3, right? So this means it'll re-roll 1s, 2s, and 3s. I mean, this is going to make a powerful character. And then, of course, we want to say drop lowest 1, right? So now if we run this command, and we'll actually put it down here so I can do it quickly. You'll see well, that was kind of terrible, but there's a 3 that re-rolled, there's a 2 that re-rolled, and now we have a 6. So you can see it dropped all the ones that were re-rollable, the 1, 3, and the 2, and then it dropped the 4 because that was the next lowest after. So if we roll that again, wow, 18, that's a really nice one. Let's try once more. There we go. We got 2. We got get to re-roll those, re-roll those. So anyway, this is another nice thing you can do with it is you can actually tell it to re-roll if it's less than or equal to a number. Now, if we wanted this to just re-roll, say 2s and lowers, we could do a less than equal to 2, or we could even, whoops, I was going to try and modify that. I guess I can't. So what we could do is hit the up arrow here. Can we not hit the up arrow? Oh no, because we never actually typed it out. Alright, we never hit enter. So we'll just do it again. Die 4d6, reroll. And so if we wanted, say, 2 and lower, we could actually just do less than 3. So instead of the equal to, now it says if it's less than 3. So 3 would actually, and then drop lowest 1. And that was a pretty good roll. I can't see that one because it seemed to have virtual glare on it. So not too bad. So anyway, you can also do it the opposite. You can do with greater than. You can also, you know, if we only wanted to re-roll 3s, we could use equals in here, I believe. So now we'll re-roll those 3s. We'll re-roll that 3. And there you go. So any 3s we re-rolls, 1 we didn't necessarily re-roll, but it was the lowest, if that makes sense. Let's try that again just to make sure it works correctly. So a 1 should be able to keep, a 2 should be able to keep, but it drops the lowest. So that works pretty good. And there's our 3, get another 3, get a 6. So anyway, I just wanted to quickly bring up that point right there, that you can actually also use conditional formatting such as less than, equal to with your reroll statement. I don't think you could. Let's try something else. I don't know how smart it is, but we could say not 3, maybe. Not is sometimes in programming stuff is used as the exclamation point. So if this works correctly, it would reroll everything except for 3. So I don't know. Let's see if this even works. kind of seems like it, or no. 4.5.5. Wow, that doesn't even show us all the other things that were rolled. I don't think that works, to tell you the truth. What else can you do? I wonder if we can use like if we said 1 and then double and for and. So that should reroll 1s and 3s. So only rerolled the 1. And yeah, so that doesn't work. Basically, I think all it works with is the less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, or the greater than and greater than equal to. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so I'm imagining that our VM is all loaded up and we should be able to go into there. Let's just go ahead and choose. We'll play with Josette here. You can see all these rolls. Players like, what the heck is the GM doing? Let's go ahead and clear. I guess we don't need to clear this. I don't know why we have to clear it. /CLEAR. But that's okay. So now we have our connected as Josette. Now, if I'm right, we should be able to see modules now. This is too tall. So we should be able to see modules. Maybe we just move the bar up here. That are ours. And actually, I'm wrong. I think in the previous, in Classic, you could actually see your own modules. So that's pretty definitive. If you can't even see your own custom modules or whatever that's on your local system, you're not going to be able to share them up to the GM or to the server table or any of the hosts, because it looks like all it's going to do is let us do ours. So hopefully that answers your question. We definitely got that worked out. If you guys have any other questions about this, leave them in the comments below. I will look into solving whatever the issue is, you know, or figuring out what it is, and then get with you in a video and give you my results. And I think, oh, I'm like, where's the start button? It's on the side now. I gotta move that back. Move it back. We'll go ahead and power this guy off. Free up even more memory on my system. I'm just trying real quick, trying to think if there was anything else. I don't think there was. Let me just come in here real quick. So in the last one we talked about tables and that. I thought there was something else I wanted to talk about, but now I cannot remember what it is. So we won't worry about that. That'll come out in another bonus video. CLEAR. Alright guys, well, this is a short one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. And don't forget about my Great Big Game giveaway. When I hit 1,000 subs, I'm giving away 57 Steam games. That averages out to be 1 out of every 20 subs will get a Steam game. Also, as a bonus with Fantasy Grounds specifically, I am giving away 1 copy of Fantasy Grounds Standard Classic Edition, which is previous to Unity. But 1 lucky sub will actually be able to get that. And that's it. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.